Alright guys, so we do have a couple of sponsors for today's video, which we are going to kind of sprinkle in a little bit near the beginning, but today's video is going to be basically like the best, or at least my favorite Black Friday deals when it comes to, earbuds and headphones, a lot of what we talk about on this channel. And honestly, I'm not even sure why it's called Black Friday anymore, because it's not just like one day. In fact, Black Friday probably started a month ago, but this is the true week of at least when the deals used to happen, where you used to have to go to a store, stand in line, and just wait for the door to open, and then hopefully fight somebody to the point, that you can get that one item that you were waiting to get in the store. But luckily, all of these you can just find online, no waiting in a line required. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into these. I'm gonna try to go through them about as fast as I can so that we can cover as many as I can. And the first one that I wanted to throw in here, because I think this is an incredible deal, is the Soundcore Liberty 4 Pro. Now this one is normally one that retails for $149, but right now you can get them for 89 bucks. And honestly, this is the best earbud that Soundcore has made yet. It has excellent noise canceling. The true standout feature though is the case, which allows you to control a lot of the functions and settings just from the case itself, so you really don't need to have your phone on you or go into the app to do anything. But the sound quality that these have are absolutely incredible. It has that typical Soundcore sound where, the bass is heavy hitting, but there's just so much space that it doesn't allow the low end or the bass to kind of roll over everything else. It is a bright sounding earbud. It's bass heavy. It's just a fun earbud to have. And at $89, I think it is a great deal. Now, the first sponsor of today's video that we're going to talk about is OneOdio, and more specifically, we're going to talk about their Focus A6 wireless noise canceling headphones. This is a pair that normally retails for $79, but right now through the Black Friday deals and everything going on, you can get them for $55. It has solid active noise canceling. It is high-res audio certified with LDAC support. It also has Bluetooth 6.0, so it does support multi-point connection, so you can connect to more than one device at a time. It does have a really good battery life, coming in at 75 hours on a single charge. It also works with an app, so you can customize the sound the way that you want. But honestly, the way that it's tuned out of the box is it's tuned to just be a fun headphone to listen to. It has plenty of punch in the low end. It has slightly forward mid, so the vocals never get lost in anything. And the treble on these are fairly bright. It is definitely tuned to have that consumer grade tuning where everything is just fun. It worked really well across all genres. And again, I think for the $55, this is an incredible deal. And I do want to thank OneOdio again for sponsoring today's videos. So now jumping back into my picks, we have the Basis Inspire series. I basically wanted to throw the whole series in here because they went and allowed Bose to tune all of their new products. We have the XP1, which is, the normal regular pair of wireless earbuds. You have the XC1, which is the clip-on style of earbuds, and the XH1. They basically cranked out three very impressive products, especially when it comes to sound, and all three of these right now you can get for $99. And this is insane because all three of these compete with Bose, earbuds and headphones and clip-on style earbuds at a much lower cost. So definitely check those out. And the next pair was probably my most anticipated headphone of the year, and that is the Skullcandy Aviator 900 ANC. But it did come in pretty pricey at $299, which I think scared a lot of people off. But right now you're able to get them for $189. What they did was they took a classic and just modernized it by making them wireless. They did redesign them to just, again, it's one of the best looking headphones. The noise canceling that's on these is very, very impressive, where the original ones never had noise canceling. It also has THX spatial audio, which if you're looking for spatial audio, this is very impressive. It's not as generic as some of the other headphones that have this type of feature. And the sound quality was great. The sound quality is great on these, especially if you watch my original video, you'll kind of see how I went through the sound test and then tuned them myself to kind of hit the sweet spot on these. But I was very impressed, and I highly recommend them to anybody. But at this current price tag, it makes it even easier to recommend. We're going to go ahead and jump into the next sponsor, and this one is from QCY. They wanted to highlight the H3S noise canceling headphones. Even at their regular retail price of $59, it is a great buy. But right now, or actually November 28th to December the 5th, they're only going to be $39. And even on their site, a lot of their stuff is up to 50% off. So again, all of this will be in the description if you do want to check out a lot of what they have to offer. Let's go ahead and get into what the $39 gets you with the H3S. It's getting you insane battery life, 102 hours on a single charge. It is high-res wireless and high-res wired certified with LDAC playback. It does have solid noise canceling. It is another pair that has Bluetooth 6.0, so it does support multi-point connection. It also has a gaming mode. If you do want to use these for gaming or watching movies, you would switch it over into this to kind of cut down any kind of latency. This pair is interesting because it has dual drivers in each ear cup. You get a 40mm dynamic driver, which really is handling the low ends and the mids, but you also have a 13mm driver that's handling your treble. It is a bass heavy headphone. It is very clean when it comes to the mids and the treble. It's not something you would expect in this price range, and I honestly do think this is a hell of a buy at $39. So definitely check out QCY's stuff on their site, which again will be linked in the description. And again, I would like to thank both of these companies for sponsoring today's video. Now, the next one on the list is the Shox Open Dots 1. This is a more premium, high-end clip-on style earbud because it normally retails for $199. But right now, during the Black Friday deals, you can get it for $139. And if you're just in the market looking for clip-on style earbuds and you want basically the best sound or some of the best sound that you can get in this style of earbud, I can easily recommend the Shox Open Dot 1. I think they are even better than the Bose that comes in normally at like $100, even more than what the Shox Open Dot 1s come in at. If you are wanting high end, you're wanting premium, and you're just wanting great sound, definitely check these out. Now, the next one on the list is the Soundcore AeroFit 2. This is another one of those open ear style earbuds, but this isn't a clip-on style. This one just kind of hovers over your ears. And it is a very impressive set, especially when it comes to the low end. This is something that open ear earbuds don't normally do well, but the Soundcore AeroFit 2, I felt like absolutely nailed this. They are one of the most comfortable pairs, so if you're looking for a pair that you can wear all day and just listen to and kind of forget that they're there, that's another thing that this one checks the box off on. Again, these normally hovered at around $129, which I even recommend them at that price, but the $69 just makes them a very easy pair to recommend. Now, the next one on the list is my favorite true wireless earbud of the year. We just talked about it in the previous video, and this is the Soundpeats H3. It's not a huge sale here, but it's just another opportunity to recommend these to people. It normally retails for $129, but right now you can get it for $103. It was one of those, again, that I was anticipating since I originally saw them all the way back at CES in January, and then when they finally got released, it lived up to the hype that I built up for myself. It was a pair that's using multiple drivers because it has a single dynamic driver mixed with two balanced armature drivers in each ear. And it just produces a full sound. It's very nice when it comes to the low end. It's not like overly bloated or heavy, but it still has a nice punch. The treble on these are nice and bright and clean without being too harsh. And the vocalists on these always sounded great no matter what I was listening to. I just felt like it was very well balanced, but very well separated. It never sounded muddy, never sounded congested. And again, the sound quality is just way above what the retail price or even the sale price is. So it always made this an easy pair to recommend. Now, the next one on the list, it's been a while since we've talked about, and it's not going to be a pair for everybody because of the look. It's an anime-themed style earbud, but it's the Moondrop Robin. This pair normally comes in at $119, but right now you can pick it up for $89. This is just an excellent sounding pair of earbuds. In fact, it may be Moondrop's best sounding true wireless earbuds. And it's another pair that uses multiple drivers. This one is using a dynamic driver mixed with a planar driver. So that combination in a pair of wireless earbuds at under $100 right now, again, it's something that separates itself from all of the other ones out there. It kind of gives it a unique sound, but again, I think it's a pair that's going to appeal to most people. Now, the next one on the list is more of a mainstream company, and that is the Powerbeats Pro 2. This is one that normally comes in at $249, but right now you can get it for $199. This is one of the best one in the Beats lineup. In fact, it's one of the best earbuds in the whole Apple lineup, and it's one that I feel like you can use for everyday use, but also in active situations, and because it's made for that. It has the ear hook, but it is an earbud style, so it is sitting in your ear canal, and it allows you to kind of block out a lot of the stuff around you where a lot of these other open ear style earbuds aren't designed for this. And I think it's a very impressive product, but it's one that kind of came out and got overlooked, and then they just kind of moved on to the next thing. But I think it's like the hidden gem in the Beats lineup, so I definitely wanted to recommend it here. And I think at $199, you always have to kind of factor in that you're paying Apple tax. It's just going to be more expensive than another product that's comparable, but I still think that's definitely worth that price point. Now, the next one on the list, I'm just going to fly by it real quick, but a lot of people are going to be looking at the Sony WH-1000X M6 noise canceling headphones. But I honestly think the Sony WH-1000X M5 is the better buy because it normally retails at $399, but right now you can pick it up for $248. And I just think it's a better buy than the XM6. So I wanted to recommend it here for anybody that may be trying to debate between the two. But the one that I feel like you should really get, if you're even thinking about these, is the Sennheiser Momentum 4 wireless headphones, because this one is honestly one of my favorites. Definitely think it competes with the Sony, the Bose, the AirPod Max, and all of that. But it is a pair that normally retails for $449, but right now you can pick it up for $199. And honestly, I think this is probably one of the best buys when it comes to wireless noise canceling headphones during Black Friday deals. It's an amazing pair. The noise canceling is fantastic. The sound quality is incredible because it does have Sennheiser tuning these, and I don't feel like you're missing out on any features. You're definitely not missing out on sound quality, and at $199, I feel like it's an absolute steal. But guys, that's kind of a quick rundown of, my personal favorite picks when it comes to the Black Friday deals that are going on. A lot of these prices are going to fluctuate. I do want to thank, again, QCY and OneOdio for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to show your support by checking out their stuff in the description. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.